Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back. I'm about to do another journey down to Florida in a vehicle. Going to see where I can make my improvements, see if we can be a little bit more efficient. Throat's a little raspy this morning, but yeah, we'll see what we can do now to improve. This is, I think, journey number 4 or 5, something like that. But yeah, it looks like the first stop will be in Baltimore, and then we'll continue on after that. But it looks like about 7:30 we'll be at the Baltimore Supercharger, and then it looks like the next one after that I think is in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just past Richmond. Then we have one in North Carolina, 2 in South. I believe that first one's gonna be at the Bucky's one, and then in the last one after that there'll be 2 in South Carolina. Then the last one would be in Jacksonville before we get to Orlando, which this is stating that we'll get to Orlando about 10:55, which is never the case because traffic always seems to appear in DC, Baltimore, and in like the Richmond, Virginia area. But let's get this show on the road. Alright, with the first update, we've made it here to Baltimore. For the first stop, have about 11 minutes before we can continue the journey. Tired, I'm stuttering on my words here. But yeah, it looks like the next one, just past Richmond, be there roughly around 10:30. I'm gonna say more like 10:45, because this is always slightly off, because the traffic sometimes comes out of nowhere. And then I think it was North Carolina and then South Carolina. So this one, it looks like it might not be the Bucky's. Looks like it changed, so it might not be Bucky's anymore. That's unfortunate. But this says if we continued onward for the whole journey straight, probably be in Orlando by midnight. But I'll probably stop in like northern Florida, because that'll probably be about like 10 o'clock ish. So probably stop somewhere in the northern part of Florida. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully traffic's not too bad. Here in Baltimore it's not too bad, but you know, we still have DC and the rest of Virginia to go through, and Virginia's always lots of traffic, so let's hope for the best though. Let's hope we get lucky and avoid all that traffic. But we only have about another 10 minutes. And the sun's finally coming up now. We can actually start to actually see and not just drive through black roads. But looks like a nice day here. It is super cold though. It's 41 degrees. It was warmer when I left my house. It's 46 degrees in New Jersey, but chilly one here in Baltimore. Really windy as well. Alright, so it says we have enough to continue the journey, but I like to make sure that I at least have like 10% battery. That's what I like to aim for. So we'll give it another minute or two, let it hit like 10% on our estimated battery percentage when we get to the next charger. But yeah, it should be another 2 minutes and we'll continue onward. I'm gonna have to drive through that tunnel. I hate driving through the tunnel, just up the road here. The tunnel is always the worst part of this drive here. When you're going through Baltimore, you have to drive down this narrow tunnel. Alright, looks like we hit that DC traffic. So we got a lot of cars here, and then look at that map. Nice red line for a good amount here. So this is probably what's going to eat up a lot of that 2 hours and 17 minutes that I have left. This happened like last time too, where it was like a 2-hour drive and it turned into like a 4-hour just because of the traffic between like here and in the rest of like Virginia once we pass through DC. But yeah, hopefully it stays moving like this and doesn't come to a complete stop. Alright, made it to the next charger here in Virginia. It's at the Royal Farms. I was here last time as well, so it looks like we have 13 minutes to continue the journey. Next stop will be in Smithfield, it looks like. That one should be in North Carolina, so it looks like we'll make it a good, probably about halfway through the state. Have to stop there and charge, and then the next one will be in South Carolina, I believe that's South Carolina to a Georgia stop, Jacksonville, probably stop around Jacksonville since I'll probably be right about that 10 o'clock mark. But if I wanted to push all the way through, probably about midnight to, I'll probably say 1 a.m. would be probably a closer time of arrival. But could make it to Disney tonight, but we're not going to push it too much. So Jacksonville will probably be the final destination for today. But we'll sit here, charge up. All right, just finished up that charge session here. Next stop, North Carolina. Looks like about 2 o'clock-ish. I'm going to probably say more 2:30-ish. But let's keep the show on the road. It's actually really beautiful here as well, same as Baltimore. So hopefully it's like this the whole way down. No rain, nothing. But yeah, let's keep on going. All right, here's the travel update. It is about 2:30-ish, so 2:22 to be exact. We're here at North Carolina. Next stop will be South Carolina. So if we leave in the next, say it's 10 minutes till end the charge, we'll be at the next charger in South Carolina at 4 o'clock. Hour-and-a-half trip. Did pick up some food here, so I'm going to eat that, chill out a bit, and then continue. Maybe charge a little bit extra while I eat and just relax. We're making pretty good time. It did push us back a little bit on the here. Guess there's some traffic and some other issues. I know there's a lot of construction, and either it's the end of this state or in the beginning of South Carolina, there's a lot of road construction, so that always slows everybody down a bit. But yeah, so it looks like Jacksonville about 10:30. I'm going to say probably closer to 11 or 11:30. But yeah, so eat this food and then we'll continue onward. But it is another beautiful scene here. Not a cloud in the sky. Got some palm trees as well. So we take a look at those palms right there. Nice palm tree. And then there's a Burger King, Panera, and an Arby's. And then the Sheets. Alright, finished up my food, drinking some water, did a little refill here on my ice water, and it looks like it's time to continue. So about 4:07 will be when we're expected to be at the next charger with roughly 21%. So gonna unplug and then continue the show. But look how nice it is out there. I just can't get over that blue skies. Yesterday, back at home, it was like rainy, so blue skies are nice to see. Alright, here's another travel update. We're about probably like 5 minutes or so, I would say, from the south of the border, Sombrero. So we'll be seeing, I believe it's on the left-hand side, we'll be seeing that. And then we'll be stopping shortly after that to charge up again. About 10 minutes until we're at that charger, so relatively close to South Carolina, and that means we're close to that giant sombrero. Alright, I see the sombrero. It's peeking up right on the left-hand side there. So that means we are pretty much in South Carolina, probably another half mile. So we're almost there. This is our halfway point, I would say, even though I don't think it's really halfway, but halfway between being in the north side of the East Coast into the south side. But you see some more of the signs over there for this attraction. But there it is, big old sombrero. There's a closer look at that sombrero and the whole south of the border attraction. One day I need to stop there like fully, and then we're also just passing that South Carolina sign there. But one of these days I need to stop there fully and go through everything. I know last time I did stop at the gift shop and picked up a few things, but I need to check it out more. But our next stop is coming up soon. Alright, so we ended up getting rerouted then because there was an accident, kind of pushed us back about a half hour, 45 minutes or so. But when I got rerouted to our good old friend Bucky here. Bucky the Beaver. Got him and then a pulled pork sandwich. So the charging's almost done, so I'll eat the food and then continue on. Looks like, I believe that one was Georgia, the next one, but it did reroute, so I don't know if that's going to be Georgia or Florida then. But it does say I'll be there about like 6:50, 7 o'clock. It is 5:13. It's probably the earliest I've been here, to be honest. Like, and it still looks super nice out. Beautiful day here in South Carolina. And then the pulled pork sandwich is the South Carolina pulled pork, or just Carolina, but we're in South Carolina, so might as well get the Carolina pulled pork sandwich. All right, time to say goodbye to Bucky's. Ate that sandwich. Was pretty good, better than the brisket I had last time. I think I had brisket at least. But here's our next destination. It's about 7 o'clock ish, hour 40 minutes approximately, hour 37 or 36 I mean. But yep, it's 5:30, so time to say goodbye to our beaver and continue on. All right, just made it to the second South Carolina charger. It says 20 minutes until our next, until we're ready to go to the next stop. It says next stop about 9 o'clock roughly. So it says about 2 hours from now. It is 7:06. Never been to this charger before. So you have like a KFC over here. And then on this side, you have like a China buffet, a GameStop, Five Below, and a Walmart all the way across the parking lot over that way. But yeah, so we'll charge up a bit here and then push onward. So it's saying about St. Augustine, Florida, probably about 10:45, 11. All right, so the charging has finished. So looks like we would get there with about 10%. So I'll maybe sit for a minute or two, just let that get up a little bit higher on percentage. But it looks like about 2 hours, so it'd be about 9:16, 9:30. But super nice here. It's 63 degrees, and we got this beautiful sunset here. How could you not like that? Had to sit with the door open, let that nice, cool, semi-warm air come on in. But yeah, this is nice. All right, made it to the Georgia stop in Brunswick, Georgia. So looks like we got like a couple more minutes till the charging's done. And then the next stop will be in St. Augustine. I thought it was going to be at the Bucky's, but it doesn't look like it's going to be at the Bucky's. But we'll find a hotel close to wherever that charger's at in St. Augustine, and then we'll call it a night. If I really pushed it, it says by 1:32 a.m. I could get to Pop Century, but I don't have a room there, so it's not even worth it. But St. Augustine by like 11:15, 11:30, the latest 11:45. Not too shabby. But we'll sit here for a bit, charge up, and then continue onward. All right, just finished up the charge. There's our next destination. Well, says we'll get there with about 12% battery, and at 11:18-ish. It is currently 9:47. So I don't know. It might be more like 11:30, but let's unplug and then get the show on the road. And this one was also at a bowling alley. It's pretty cool inside of there. Yeah, hotel over there and a hotel directly behind me as well. But that bowling alley looked pretty fun. Alright, so just made it to the hotel room. Skipped the last charging session, but got here to the hotel. Last charger I just went to was down the street. Forget how much it was, but we're here. It's about midnight now. We're at the Courtyard, I believe. I think that's where I checked into. But we'll give a little tour here. So we'll start with the lovely bathroom. You know, it's pretty standard. You got your sink, your toilet, no bathtub, but a nice shower. And I got the one with a king size bed, so we have a nice king, a TV, a desk. And let's take a peek out the window. What do we see out here? If I can figure out how to open this. Oh, there we go. Oh, we have a balcony too. That's pretty neat. Way too cold out there for me. That's like 40-something degrees. Alright, good morning. It's about 7:40 a.m., about an hour 45 until we make it over to Pop Century. I already did the online check-in, so hopefully the room will be ready earlier. But normally it's always ready around like 1 o'clock. That's probably the earliest I've ever had it. But was just watching the sun come up here through the balcony. It is super chilly out here though. So let me unlock that. Oops, it ain't open. There we go. But yeah, there's the sunrise coming up. Better look at that balcony. It is super chilly out here. It's like 40 something degrees. But maybe we'll go get some coffee. I think there's supposed to be like food downstairs, so maybe I'll get something from there and then continue our journey and head downstairs and check out as well. So see you in the car. It's so cold out here, but there she is. That balcony would have been nice to sit and have coffee on, but if it wasn't so cold out. But back to the car, warm this thing up, and then get the show on the road. Looks like it'll be at least a nice day. I think it's supposed to be in this area like 74, and then down by Disney be like 77 maybe today, so definitely warm up a bit. And then here's our final estimated route here. Our time of arrival will be 9:34 at the supercharger down the street from Disney. Charge up one final time, and then it'll be like 5 minutes after that we'll be there. So not too shabby. Made some good time this time around. I feel like I'm getting better at this, a little bit more familiar with the road, so it's making it a little bit easier to commute down here. But yeah, let's head over to that supercharger. I don't know if I'll get coffee now or wait. Coffee does sound good though. I'm gonna pass that Wawa again, so yeah, I might stop for coffee. Alright, so we made it to the Orlando supercharger down the street from Walt Disney World. So charge here, I'm gonna charge it up to like 90% because I'll leave the car sitting for a week, and then I won't have to start charging right away as soon as I leave next Saturday. This charger is a little bit more expensive though, so it's 42 cents I believe it was. But yeah, I'll charge here for about a half hour or so chill out a little bit, and then drive right down the street and then be at Disney World. The other entrance for Disney is pretty much just on the other side of the strip mall here. There's that side entrance, and then you have 4 over there. They'll take you to the main entrance for Walt Disney World, but we'll go through the side entrance, avoid that traffic on 4. But it is a really nice sunny day here in Orlando, and it is a bit warmer now. It's finally 63 degrees, so it's not super chilly like it was yesterday when I was looking at the weather, and earlier this morning in St. Augustine it was pretty chilly. But nice beautiful day here.
Toward Tampa, then
All
take
right,
the Interstate 4
westbound
on the right.
So that side entrance here, right by Disney Springs, instead of taking the one that's on I-4. So technically we're already on Disney property. Alright, looks like we made it. Pulling in a pop once this light finally turns green. Made a pretty good time. I don't feel like as exhausted. I feel like the last time I was kind of tired. I feel like I was kind of rushing, but this time I kind of took my time. Drive was nice and easy, not too stressful. And then we've made it here in a good amount of time. Good weather looks like this week, so it should be a good one. Alright, some good news. The room was ready early. It's about 11 o'clock, so it's pretty good. Normally the room is about 1, 2. It's not promised until I think 3 o'clock, so pretty good. So I mean, stayed here plenty of time, so here we are in Pop Century. Got the 60s section this time. So you have the bed, you know, the pull-out bed here, the table. You got your dresser, your coffee and fridge section. And the bathroom right here. And this one actually has a bathtub and a shower, so that's solid. Some of these, you don't get the bathtub. So this is pretty, oh, and this thermostat looks new. I don't remember it looking like this the last time. Look at that. I'm gonna have to crank that down a little bit. Ooh, it goes down to 65. It's pretty solid. But that will conclude the traveling down here again. It was a lot better this time, getting better with practice. Yeah. The drive back won't be as enjoyable because you have nothing to look forward to, but just go back to normal life. But I'm going to enjoy the time here. The weather's great today, nice and cool. Going to warm up later in the week. So I'm just gonna head to my car, grab my stuff, and get all situated, and then head out to the parks. But with that being said, until next time.